What's good, y'all, man? This is DallazMan with Level1Gaming.com, sitting here with the homie Baron J67. Bang, bang, bang. Man, say, we are here. It's another month, man. It's November. And you know what that means. Another episode of Cop It or Drop It, where we run down a good list of the games coming out this month and say whether we would do just that, cop them or drop them. And, you know, with us being on the precipice, it sounds like such a dirty word, on the precipice of a new, I'm probably using that wrong too, of a new console generation, man.
Your little precipice.
It's a couple, you know, it's stuff out here going on, you know, a bunch of cross-gen stuff or cross-gen-ish, cross-gen adjacent, and we're gonna get it going. Yes Tomorrow was developed by Bitmap Galaxy, published by our good friends at Blowfish Studios, and it looks pretty it looks dope. It looks fun. It's worth a look. It's coming out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And I would say if you are a fan of these like platformers or the game that looks as if it's kind of an allegory for COVID, then pick that up. It might be a little cop.
You know what? I say if your backlog is absolutely cleared out, then go ahead and cop this. I don't know the price point, but it is rated E for everyone, so that's making me a little nervous. So that's why I say if your backlog is good and you ain't got nothing else to do, I say go pick this up, especially if you got the Switch.
Does wholesomeness make you nervous, sir?
Yes. Yeah. I want to see violence and pain and then how you gonna tell me on COVID and shadows and spirits, but it's E for everyone? I mean, what, hey. I'm gonna hug them? What if you gotta hug them and they come back?
I mean,
like, that's the whole point of the game.
Then maybe we should call her because she'll win the game. I don't know, man. I think I get it. A game is not really a game in 2020 without like titties, but you know, it kind of is what it is. But it looks fun. The art style is kind of fire, so you know.
Oh, the art style was hooked, and then you see what got me excited was the damn Mega Man jumping mechanics.
Oh yeah, off the wall like Michael Jackson. All right, kids. Next up is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I think this is a case of you already know what it is, and if you played it before, you already know whether or not you want it. Baron brought up a good point earlier. This is the first one where the police chase is happening. Yeah, I remember that. I remember how rough the graphics were. If I'm not mistaken, this is the game I think it is, where the helicopter would fly in over you while you're racing and whatnot. It was interesting. A part of me wants to say I played the original on PC. I could be lying, but I, for some reason, remember the original on PC. Yeah, I don't. Either way, like, okay, so it's coming out PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And it's obviously published by EA. This is one of those you already know you're gonna get it if you're gonna get it. So yeah, you don't need my opinion, but for arcade racing fans, I think it's a cop.
I say in a day and age where you have so many other car games out that just came out recently, and then depending on the price tag, I say no. Nah, because you got to think about all the new games that are coming out day one with the next generation that we're going to talk about potentially later. And looking at looking at this right here, I say no.
Judging it just as strictly as a dope looking racing game, I'm personally not picking it up, but you know, like we said earlier, you already know what this is if you play it.
Y'all know. Y'all know. Yeah, don't listen to me.
Don't listen to me either. I'm just a guy that talks.
Yeah, I as a person,
I'm fake, man. These glasses ain't even prescription. Next up though, was highly anticipated for some people and highly hated for other people. This is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and this is another one of those that you know what this is, and you probably already know if you're getting it or not. For me, it's going to be a cop at your own risk. It's going to be a cop, but not day one.
Okay, so funny enough, I was getting ready to say the exact same thing. When it comes to Assassin's Creed games, honestly, when it comes to all Ubisoft or Ubisoft, depending on who you are, both are accepted Ubisoft games. I never buy them day one because within the first week, either the week before, week after, month after, the game usually drops by like $20. So regardless of how excited you are, just as a fellow consumer, if you can, just hold off and wait until this game goes on sale, because it will go on sale like all Ubisoft games do fairly quickly. So just save your money and enjoy your backlog on this one.
Yeah. And besides that, if you like me, and you've been an Assassin's Creed fan since the beginning, but you kind of dropped off when, you know, the modern day story started to suck, I can't say this will be a good point to hop back in, but, you know,
where are the Templars?
We'll move this party along a little bit to a game that we all saw a little bit of footage of, and it kind of rocked the world a little bit. And I don't know if that was because there wasn't a whole lot of information on new games at that point, and we just was kind of itching for something. But to me, it kind of looked dope as hell. It's Bright Memory. Obviously, this is coming out for Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Published by Playism. Okay.
Playism.
Developed by FYQD Studio, and this is coming out. It came out on March 25th for PC, but November.
Oh yeah, it did. Huh? Oh
Yeah.
damn. Oh damn.
But you know, for the Series X and S, all those people that picked that up, I think this will be a good way to test out that new hardware you just picked up.
Okay, so for this one, I definitely say if you don't plan on getting Game Pass, go ahead and pick this one up. I'd say if you have Game Pass Ultimate already, don't even worry about picking that bad boy up. Wait for a while and enjoy everything else. But if you do not have Game Pass, cop it, because you will definitely have something to play on release day.
Moving on, we have Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Obviously everybody knows what this is on: PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, PC, Nokia, Engage, freaking sidekicks, all that good stuff. And you already, like, this is another one. I don't know, we got a lot of these games where they already sort of have a fan base. They already have people that play them. And Destiny is the king of those. Like, if you play Destiny, you already know what it is. So y'all go ahead and cop that, Destiny fans. And if you're not a Destiny fan, I don't know if it'll be worth it personally, but
if you have Game Pass and you have yet to try Destiny, I'd say this would be a great time to jump in.
Just don't buy this to jump in. Like this.
Don't. It's a free to play game outside of all the DLCs, unless you have Game Pass, and then it's no extra cost to enjoy all the extra content. But and no, I'm not sponsored by Game Pass or Xbox. I would love to be, but I'm not. I'm just calling it like I see it. Destiny is one of those games where it's definitely worth trying out to see if it's something you're into, because it is free to play.
Even if it wasn't, I think it's worth checking out.
It's a solid shooter.
But you know, like with Beyond Light, as far as this expansion in particular, if you already knee deep in Destiny, we don't even have to have this conversation. Next up, we got Fuser. It's developed by Harmonix Music System, published by NCSoft, coming out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And it's basically like a music festival simulator, like a concert simulator. Like you have your DJ, you create them, you know, fit them out with like some dope stuff. There's a bunch of licensed music that you can't stream while playing this game. That's probably the one downside for me, but the upside is there's a bunch of licensed music, and you get to mix and collaborate with other people, and it's right up my alley. Like, truth be told, I think it's a cop, but I wouldn't be picking it up day one or at full price for that matter. But it's still a cop.
I say yes, cop this one. If you're a streamer, don't even waste your money. If you create content, don't do it, because you will instantly get DMCA strikes.
Man, don't do it for the content anyway. Like,
it's like if you're gonna buy this is for you to play and enjoy with your friends. Outside of that, it's a wrap. But copy.
Another one like that we didn't see coming on the cool. This game is called Manifold Garden. It's coming out on Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, and iOS. That's a lot of platforms. It is developed and published by William Cheers Studios. Kaya. Look, I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm sorry, I don't know it. No disrespect.
Kaya.
It is like Kaya, like my neck, my back, Kaya. All right,
Kaya.
Kyra. Shira, like
like Chirac. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, yeah, it's coming out. It actually came out October 18th, 2019 on PC and iOS. August 18th for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. But November 10th is coming to Series X and S. And there's not a whole lot to talk about for Series X and S right now. So I figure, we'll say that it's coming. And I bring it up because it looks interesting. It's a puzzle game of all puzzle games. To me, it's sort of like a more serene Hellraiser puzzle box, so I don't know if I'm touching it, but if you're a fan of this type of thing, it's a cop for you, it's a drop for me. But what you think, Baron?
It's a drop because it made me itch and it made me nervous.
Another game that kind of caught us a little off guard, coming out for PS4, Switch, and PC. Developed by Edelweiss and published by XC Games. This is Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. And it's very Japanese, very, very Japanese. And I don't even know how to really describe it, but it's like a side-scrolling action farming simulator thing. Yeah, but the action looks dope. It's visually really nice, and I think it'll look really good on PC. Really, really good on PC and on PS4 too.
So for you, is this a cop or a drop?
For other people, I would, like, if I was saying whether they should pick it up, I'd say cop at your own risk. For me, it's a drop, but I'm not going to say I wouldn't ever play it. I just would never buy it.
For me, this would be a cop because even though 2D side-scrolling platformers aren't usually my thing anymore, but I enjoy the farming simulator, and the way they mix it in actually looked pretty dope, and the combos for the combat was pretty fire. So I'll say cop.
Yeah.
Combat was high intensity for real.
Yeah, that combat looked like a lot of fun. The thing that turned me off was the farming stuff. I'd never been for it.
It looked like it's going to be a major part of the game. Like if you don't do it, you can't go any further.
Exactly. Also, next up we have Tetris Effect Connected. This is coming out on Xbox One, PC, Xbox Series X and S. Developed by Monstars, published by Enhanced Games. Y'all already know what this is because it's freaking Tetris. Every Tetris is Tetris. To be real, it's just the last Tetris game, but with multiplayer. Like,
yeah, and in like competition and whatnot, and like real, yeah. I mean, that's everything. Competing, the multiplayer aspect. That's pretty huge because Tetris can be competitive.
I think it's a cop for fans, but you already had your mind made up. It's not really a cop for me, but like I said, yeah, you already got your mind made up if you're a fan of it.
Yeah, for me, man, this one is a cop. Tetris is I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was like the video game. I still remember the old like Russian background Game Boy, thick ass Game Boy Tetris sounds. But yeah, it's nostalgic, multiplayer, high intensity, complete competition Tetris. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, and they've been coming back.
Honestly enough, though, you probably can't stream it because of the music.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say Tetris. It uses a lot of music, and it's probably not all copyright free.
All right, Tetris fans, have at it. But next up is a game that I've been pretty interested in myself. Like from the first trailer I saw. This is coming out on Xbox Series X, S1, PC. Developed by, this is Thomas Sala. I'm messing up everybody's names. No disrespect, y'all. I'm sorry. But it's also published by Wired Productions, and this is the Falconer.
So is this basically what was that game? Not Legend of Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon. Is this basically that?
That's what I'm feeling. So that said, I think it's a cop for me. Like, maybe at your own risk, truth be told. Like, with it being next gen, us having to pay a little more, I don't know if it's enough meat on those bones, so to speak. So cop at your own risk, but it does look like fun.
I say drop it. It's not my cup of tea.
While we talking about cop it or drop it, y'all, the Series X and Series S come out this month. Yeah, man. So November 10th, we will be able to have our hands on, not we like as in us, because we not that
but
cool,
humanity.
But yeah, us as a whole species actually get our grubby little mitts on the Xbox Series X and S. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all know.
It's gonna be, yeah.
For me personally, the Series S is a drop completely. I really thought it would have been something that I ended up picking up. I really thought it was going to be something that I probably want over the S, but as time goes on, if I pick up an Xbox at all, it would be a Series X. But I don't yet have the incentive, seeing as how I'm really enjoying Game Pass on PC at this point, and I don't see a point in, like, all the games that I want for Xbox are coming out on PC. I don't really see a point in picking up an Xbox, but if I did, it would be a Series X. So for me, the Series S is a drop, and the X is a cop way later down the line.
Okay, so for me, guys, this one is a cop if you don't have a mid-range PC. If you don't have a mid-range PC right now, or any plans of getting a mid-range PC anytime soon, cop this bad boy and make sure to get Game Pass. That's the best way to enjoy this. Most of the games, if not all the games that are coming out for the Series X and S, they are currently on the previous generation and will be for months to almost years, at least according to the president of Xbox, Phil Spencer. So knowing all that, this one, the price point is not too bad. Just make sure to get Game Pass with it. Otherwise, you're really not maximizing your situation on this console.
That's some real stuff. 13 got remade.
I heard about it being remade because it caught a bunch of flack because the image is literally just Sam Fisher. Like, they literally remapped. They took Sam Fisher from one of the covers of Splinter Cell games and repainted over it. Like, they caught a lot of flack for it. Like, even the way he's holding his gun and everything, posing. But this was actually one of my favorite games on PlayStation 2, I believe it was on. I had no idea what I was doing at the time when I was playing it, but I had so much fun with it. So for them to modernize it, hopefully it's got more than just a new coat of paint. Hopefully the shooting mechanics got better. But this one, for me, if it's more of a remaster than a what's it called? There's two different things. There's remaster and then there's
remake, remaster.
Yeah. I hope it was remade and not just a new coat of paint.
Yeah, I can dig it.
If it's remade, I say pick this up ASAP because it is a dope story. It has dope guns, dope situation. It kind of just drops you in and you go from there. And then I like the whole comic book style of it.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's like one of those cult classics that I missed out on. It's coming out November 10th, y'all. For me, it's probably a cop. Like, I was all like that PS2, GameCube, Xbox generation. I was all over a good chunk of games during that time, and 13 was one that I narrowly missed out on. So I might have to say it could be a cop for me. Y'all, while we talking about surprises and randomness and stuff like that, Yakuza Like a Dragon is one of those, man, because it's Yakuza. It's really like real life, true to form a Yakuza game, but it's also an RPG.
Yep, a JRPG at that.
A full-fledged, like, turn-based RPG.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna waste y'all time, because if you know what Yakuza is, then you probably already had your mind made up. Personally, this is a cop.
Oh yeah,
a good ass cop, a heavy cop. Like, I mean, there are no good cops, but you understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah, you stupid. This is definitely a cop. I agree 100%. Like, this is definitely something to pick up, especially now that they added a new element that's never been in this series before, the turn-based RPG aspect, which as an RPG gamer, I heavily love that stuff.
It's crazy, man. Like, because everything else seems to be the exact same as what you would expect from a Yakuza game, except for the combat. And truth be told, I miss turn-based games, man. Like, you just saw me on PS1 stuff like earlier talking about how much I want to go back to playing JRPGs, like old school JRPGs. So it's right up my alley. Next up, y'all, Astro's Playroom, November 12th. This is for the PS5. Here's the thing, though. Whether or not you asking me whether or not I would cop it or drop it is a trick question, because to get a PS5 you end up with this game anyway. Like, from what I'm hearing, it comes preloaded. And I don't know if it's about the game per se, as much as it is about sort of being a tech demo for the hardware, that being the DualSense controller. So that's an automatic cop because you don't have a choice if you get in the PS5. Moving right along to Bug Snacks. This is my most anticipated game of 2020. I'm not gonna even play with y'all. I'm lying like a motherfucker. I can sit up here and make fun of it all I want to, but you know, it's coming out for PS5, PS4, and PC. November 12th. I'm gonna end up trying it out anyway because it's free for me because I have PS Plus. So for those PS Plus people, like, it's an auto cop anyway because, like, technically you did automatically copy just having PS Plus. I probably wouldn't buy it with my own money, so I appreciate you, PlayStation, for, you know, letting me broaden my horizons for the free 99.
You know what? This is of course, because I'm a subscription junkie. This is definitely a cop because I have PlayStation Plus, but I'm hoping that Bug Snacks really goes in heavy on the whole, like, murder mystery aspect of it from the trailer. Like, I hope that's a very big part of the game because they make it seem all happy. Yeah, I hope they play it up like it's extra happy-go-lucky, but I feel like it's some dark, twisted stuff going on.
Man, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. I'm gonna see what it's about. We might get some content on it, truth be told. So yeah, we'll talk. Y'all stay tuned to the Level 1 Gaming YouTube channel, which you should absolutely subscribe to. Next up is an auto cop. I ain't even gotta talk about this one because this is from one. It's a game that I missed out on that started a genre that I kind of started missing out on, but I'm getting into.
From Software,
man, Demon Souls on PS5. It looked good.
Did y'all see the lightning hit the tree?
It just look at this. It just looks so good. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this is a pickup. Besides that, everybody that I know that says that they not down for any type of Souls-like games. Like, for example, Demigod Reviews. The homie Demi was like, man, I'm not with no Souls games, blah, blah, blah. He started Dark Souls. He tried playing, like, he's ran through most of them at this point. I think he's playing Sekiro right now.
Yep, I watched him stream a couple of them. He's hooked.
Yeah, and he's killing. He is going off. So
it's like mobile chess, man. Like it's a game genre that really forces you to think, and it's full of action, and it's like a weird game of memory and chess at the same time, even though it's not memory and chess. It's just the combat's intense. You gotta make sure to get your dodging and your parrying skills on point. But yeah, From Software, man, anything from them is definitely a cop.
Yeah, I think it's automatically a cop if you don't have an anger problem.
Yeah, you will want to break your controller if you got an anger issue.
There's another one that I kind of really been paying attention to that has been getting roasted off and on. You could tell by the face Baron just made that he may not be down, but it reminds me of another game that I was really into at the launch of the PS4. So we talking about Godfall. Like, for me, I think it's gonna scratch that Warframe itch. And don't get me wrong, Warframe is a fire game, but it's just something about that melee
Because
combat.
it's free.
It's not just fire because it's free. I mean, in the beginning, yeah, that was the case. But now, at this point in the game, nah.
So you'd pay to get into Warframe right now? And folks, there you have it. Thank you for coming to hang out with us.
Nah, but that does not mean I wouldn't pay to get into Godfall.
Oh, you gonna have to. No,
that does not mean I wouldn't pay to get into Godfall. The whole point is, if I can pay for Avengers, I'm absolutely paying for Godfall.
Yeah, I give you that.
Like,
see, I didn't even pay for Avengers either.
I'm still looking for my a legitimate, consistent looter, fix. I'm looking for that game for me.
That's fair. That's fair. That, you know what? And saying it like that, all jokes aside, I can respect that. I'm worried that this game is gonna die fairly quickly. It's got to deliver quick. It has this games as a service, especially looter shooter ones. They can play the long game, but if they don't hit a home run at bat, they usually don't last very long. And if they don't make a big splash, it just, so for me, I say no. But is there any other action game like it that's being released day one on the PlayStation 5?
Is there?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm interested. The lore seems good. I've been burned before this generation over games like this. Anthem.
I think, yeah. Let me tell you why I believe people are going to be burned. I think they're showing you this game is going to be very linear. I think it's going to be very linear and very enclosed areas. Like, you're going to walk down hallways, then you're going to get to an area and it's going to open up a little bit and you're going to fight a couple enemies, and then it's going to do drops, and then you're going to walk again. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem intricate enough, but maybe it's fun. Hopefully it's just fun. So I say cop at your own risk, or wait until it's sale.
It's a cop for me. It's a cop at your own risk for everybody else. At this point, I roll the dice with so many games like this that it can't hurt for one more. I gotta be hype about something, you know. Auto cop. SpiderMan Miles Morales. You could have told me, if you had told me that there was going to be a Spider-Man 2 before Spider-Man 1 launched, and this is not technically Spider-Man 2, but if you had told me that, I still would have automatically been down.
100%.
But they worked for this. They have earned my money at this point. Spider-Man is one of the only games this past generation that I felt compelled to platinum, and it was effortless. I just kept playing. Even the stuff that everybody complained about, I enjoyed doing.
He was delivering pizzas and saving old ladies.
Oh, that's Spider-Man too.
That was the best. I ain't gonna lie, I loved it,
man. But yeah, I was out here catching pigeons and shit. So I'm absolutely with Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that fade to crispity not cop, and that boy's a producer, and you know how I feel about making beats. So yeah, I'm with it. Auto cop.
I agree. I did not jump into Spider-Man because I was leaving my PlayStation 4 alone, but I will say this is definitely a cop because it's Miles Morales.
Hey y'all, you know what else is coming out on the 12th?
Man, it's something suspicious.
Something suspicious, but it looked delicious. The PlayStation 5, man. Say, look, I harbor no illusions that I will be able to pick up this console on release day. I am not fighting anybody for a pre-order. I'm not running over any old ladies in Walmart to grab it. But when I'm able to comfortably have it delivered to my home, when I'm able to comfortably walk into a store and grab it and go the hell back home, I'm getting it. It's a cop. Automatically, this is going to be a real short one because it's a cop.
And you know what? I believe this will be a cop simply before the exclusives and there's an actual reason to buy this, even with owning a PC, in my opinion. So I will say this is a cop, but keeping that same storyline, I am not fighting nobody over these consoles. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wait a little bit.
I'm not even gonna lie. Sackboy's Big Adventure sounds like it shouldn't be rated E.
Go ahead, kids talking about.
I'm just saying, it just don't sound like. But
They get away with murder,
man. But it's also not exactly my cup of tea. I'm not really super big into platformers. Every now and then one comes across that I care about, but it's a cop for platforming fans, a drop for everybody else.
Oh, it's Sumo Digital. If I'm not mistaken, Sumo Digital developed Hot Shot Racing as well. I could be wrong, or maybe they're a publisher on it.
And you thought that was pretty dope too, huh?
Yeah, I enjoy. Man, that was pretty dope. That was a fire game. But Sackboy, nah, I'm good. I don't play too many platformers, and I'm not about to be. I can't see myself spending hours playing Sackboy, so it's a drop for me.
Really about the Pathless, which looks fire. It's coming out on PS5, PS4, PC, and iOS for some strange reason. It's developed by Giant Squid, which okay, good name. And I'm not even gonna embarrass myself trying to pronounce the publisher's name, but it's also coming out November 12th. And this is the one where I was talking about the bird and the archery and sliding around and blah blah blah. Look at how dope it is, blah blah blah. Once again, cop at your own risk. That whole blah 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 speech I gave it applies to the Pathless.
So for me, this one, the world looks dope. I do love low polygonal designs because that's how the world is set up. It looks great, and it's really fast-paced action. I think this is a cop if the price is fair. Do I think it's a full price $70 game? Nope. So if it's under the 40 guy, it might be worth it day one.
Man. Coming out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, PC, developed by Treyarch, published by Activision. This is the game that you already know you getting if you one of those people. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
It's a hell of a title.
Man, like I said, that campaign looked pretty fire. I'm not even about to sit here and lie to you. But truth be told, I'll probably cop this one. It's a PS Plus game or something, because it will be at some point.
And you know what? For me, this is definitely a cop. I oddly enough spend a lot of time playing Call of Duty. It's fun to me, especially the sniping, and I spent a lot of time in the beta. And I had a good time. The weapons were fun. The perks and whatnot were dope. So this one I will say is a cop.
Yeah. I pretty much only play Call of Duty for the campaign, and I don't remember the last Call of Duty campaign I played. However, it's one of those where your mind is already made up because it's freaking Call of Duty.
Yep.
PS4, Xbox One, and Switch coming out November 13th. Kingdom Hearts Memory of Melody. Oh no, my bad. Melody of Memory. Okay, so I'm personally a big Kingdom Hearts fan. All the way since the very first Kingdom Hearts, playing through, Chain of Memories 2, something 365 over something days, all of those, all the confusing names of all the confusing games. I've played them. I actually even have a pretty good grasp of what's actually going on. And I was one of those people that thought Kingdom Hearts 3 was pretty okay too. Probably won't pick up Melody of Memory though. Truth be told, and I love Square Enix. I really do. I promise I do. But
Facts.
After what y'all did to me with Avengers, you got some splaining to do. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This is coming out November 20th, right? For the Switch, obviously. I wasn't really a fan of Musou games, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, and stuff.
I'm not a fan of those games.
I played, the first Warriors Orochi, and I thought that was pretty okay. I played Samurai Warriors off and on. I thought those were pretty okay, but I never really been into those games. That is until I picked up Hyrule Warriors for the first time.
You really enjoyed it?
I was hooked on that game for a while. I don't know if it's just because it was The Legend of Zelda attached to it. I don't know if it was because they kind of made they sort of put together all the separate timelines of Zelda into one story and kind of made it work. I don't know if it was that narrative gift wrapping it was in, but I really enjoy Hyrule Warriors, and so Age of Calamity just might be right up my alley. So for me, it's a cop later.
For me, this one is not a cop, even though I love the Legend of Zelda universe. I just really don't like. There's so many other games I'd rather be playing, and I'm not big on the whole like Warriors Orochi and all that. It's not my cup of tea. There was actually one type of game in that genre. There was one game in that genre that I played where you got to run like a military army. It was like Knights, like medieval version of it that I actually played and bought and enjoyed, but drop.
Yeah, last up on our list, and it's really only last because CD Projekt Red hates our guts and they don't want us to have Cyberpunk 2077. Shout out to y'all, by the way, because that's a day one cop for me, however you look at it, no matter what platform it's on. And I appreciate y'all trying to get it together on current gen consoles, since I won't have a PlayStation by the time the game releases. So, developed and published by Blizzard, this next game obviously coming out on PC, World of Warcraft Shadowlands. This is another one of those cases of you already know if you're gonna pick this up or not.
Oh yeah.
You've been planning on it if you know what it is.
Like, I haven't played World of Warcraft in years since college, so it's been quite a while since I've jumped into World of Warcraft. I think the last time I actively played the newest update or the newest expansion was the Pandaria, when they brought in like the Kung Fu Pandas or the bears. I forgot what they were, but yeah, it's been a very, very long time. And I say, like you said, if you already know whether or not you're gonna play this one. For me, I'm not, but just because I'm playing a lot of other games.
Yeah, man.
World of Warcraft is a life choice.
It really is, man. You said that shit.
Yeah.
That being said, y'all, this is the list for this month. I appreciate y'all for coming through and copying the games or dropping the games or whatever. Either way, I appreciate y'all coming through and messing with us. This has been DallazMan with level1gaming.com. Make sure y'all do all that good shit, like and subscribe and blah 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 blah. And I've been sitting here with the homie Baron J, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot. Oh wait, I don't want to get copyright struck. Let me not say the rest of that.
Yeah, right. They're gonna get you for the harmony. I wonder if like drama drops, like
man. Gangsta Grizzles. Oh, sorry, copyright strike. Demonetized.
They got us.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Real talk. I really, really appreciate y'all coming through and messing with us. And till next time.
Much love, y'all. Really do appreciate it.
Man.